New Green Card Rule 2026. Will government benefits hurt your immigration status? Imagine spending years building a life in the United States, working hard, paying taxes, raising your children. Then one day, you hear a headline that makes your stomach drop. The government is bringing back a tougher green card rule. Suddenly, questions start racing through your mind. If my family received government benefits, could that hurt my immigration case? Could applying for help today affect my future tomorrow? Should I stop using benefits even if my children need them? These are frightening questions, and unfortunately, social media is full of misleading answers. Some people are saying, anyone who receives government benefits will lose their green card. Others claim, nothing has changed. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Today, we're breaking down what has actually been announced, who could be affected, what the law currently says, and the mistakes every immigrant should avoid before making important decisions. Let's get started. The US government has announced plans to revive a stricter version of what's known as the public charge policy. That phrase sounds technical, but the idea behind it is straightforward. When someone applies for lawful permanent residence, a green card immigration officers may consider whether that person is likely to become primarily dependent on government support in the future. This concept isn't new. For well over a century, U.S. immigration law has included some form of public charge assessment. What changes over time is how immigration officials interpret the rule and what evidence they consider. Different administrations have taken different approaches. Some interpreted the rule narrowly. Others expanded the types of evidence officers could review. Now, another policy shift has been announced, which is why so many immigrants are asking questions. But here's something many headlines leave out. An announcement is not always the same thing as a fully implemented rule. Immigration policies can go through formal rulemaking, court challenges, or delayed implementation. That's why it's important to understand what is actually in effect before making decisions that could affect your family. Let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions. When people hear government benefits, they often think every program counts. That is not how immigration law works. Different benefits are treated differently. Historically, discussions around public charge have focused on whether a person is likely to rely primarily on government assistance over the long term. Many benefits have not automatically counted against applicants, and many programs used by U.S. citizen children or other eligible family members have not automatically affected a parent's immigration application. That's why you should never assume that accepting one benefit means your green card application will automatically be denied. Immigration officers don't simply ask one question and reject an application. Instead, they often look at the applicant's overall circumstances. That may include factors such as age, health, income, financial resources, education, work history, and whether someone has adequate financial support. Every case is different. That's one reason why rumors on social media can be so dangerous. If you're wondering whether this applies to everyone, the answer is no. The public charge analysis generally applies to certain people applying for admission to the United States or applying for lawful permanent residence. Many immigrants are exempt from these rules because Congress created special protections for particular categories. Depending on the law, exemptions may apply to groups such as refugees, people granted asylum, and certain humanitarian applicants. That's why it's essential to know which immigration category you fall under before assuming this policy applies to you. If you're already a lawful permanent resident and simply renewing your green card, the analysis may be different from someone applying for permanent residence for the first time. The same is true for people applying to become U.S. citizens. Different immigration processes have different legal requirements. One-size-fits-all advice can be misleading. One of the biggest mistakes people make isn't using benefits. It's making decisions out of fear. Over the years, many immigrant families have stopped receiving medical care, withdrawn children from nutrition programs, or avoided seeking assistance because they believed it would automatically destroy their immigration case. Sometimes that fear was based on incomplete or inaccurate information. Every family's situation is different. Before giving up important services, it's wise to understand which benefit is involved, who is receiving it, whether the program is relevant under the current rules, whether an exemption applies to your immigration category. Making decisions based on rumors can create unnecessary hardship. Good legal information is just as important as good legal representation. So what can you do? First, keep accurate records of your immigration history and any applications you submit. Second, answer questions on immigration forms truthfully. Providing false information can create far more serious problems than many people realize. Third, stay informed through official government announcements, rather than relying only on social media posts. Immigration law changes frequently, and online rumors often spread faster than facts. Finally, if your case involves complicated financial questions, humanitarian protections, or multiple immigration applications, consider getting advice from a qualified immigration attorney or a Department of Justice accredited representative. A short legal consultation can help you avoid mistakes that are much harder to fix later. In conclusion, will government benefits automatically hurt your immigration status? The answer is no. But depending on your immigration category, the type of application you're filing, the benefit involved, and the final form of any new rule, those issues may become relevant in certain cases. That's exactly why understanding the law matters. Don't let fear make decisions for you.